we go. Leslie getting the mailbox. We still bought a big fancy sign. Haven't put it on there. Okay. So, it's going to be a little bit longer video. Haven't done an update. I'm going to pass this off to Leslie. She don't like narrating, but she wants to show you all these berries. So here we go.
No, I'm goofy. And actually, they're on your side, more the berries.
They're on both sides.
Well, true. But okay.
Stop.
I'm just gonna wait until you turn the corner. Wow, this window's really dirty. Should have cleaned it.
Right over 6 inches.
Yeah, there's berries all through there. True. But there's some. There's a ton of those. Like, no, not if you're doing a video. But cheese are everywhere. Well, now we got 3 dogs following us. I think right there, right there. Yeah, and not. Right there. That's the one. Right there is the spot.
They're just pointing out.
Right there is tons of them, but you can't really see them from far away. Except people. This here is being in the Diesel! I'm wondering if the dogs will come out. They're behind us. I see bones behind us. Diesel! Good boy. Buckle's trailing massively. Okay.
Not talking at all. Were you holding it upright the whole time?
Yes.
For anybody that's new to the video series, hopefully we'll edit these and make better videos. You could barely get your vehicle through here originally without getting it all scraped up. This is super wide. It's funny, I made it a lot wider so you could go straight, but we ended up still driving around that way. But it helps. What is banging, the chainsaw?
Yes. Do you want me to stop it?
That's alright. So there's the ditch. I know a lot of this stuff's already been talked about, but it was a disaster before we made a ditch. Just widen this up. I know there's some people later that have nice cars that won't want to come back here when their cars are getting all disaster. We was moving massive rocks here. This was one of the tightest, hardest corners for any big vehicles to get down. But we lined it up quite large. Easy for anything to get down here. Definitely should have took that chainsaw out of that. Anyway, there's a ditch on this side. So we ended up, man, this thing was crazy if you look at earlier videos. We ended up making a pond here. Dogs love going in it. It's a cool down spot when it's really hot. That wasn't what I made it for. Took these big, huge rocks. Massive. like that was a good idea. Not only sure they're not the only ones. There's a bobcat. He was on the camera yesterday. They come us. I don't see him in the water, but they're all playing. Cool. It's gonna be a longer video, so we're getting out of here. Lots of work in here. Lots of work, and even right here is still rocky up top. I guess I might have to just do it the old way. Give me a sledgehammer. There's a few rocks that would make things a lot easier. Breaking that off a little bit. This one, it's not like brutal. Just
look how thick they are. This is some of the thickness.
there's a big one down there.
There's another one.
So there was a bunch of kids. Said, hey man, can you make us a jump? We'll take the jump with the Humvee. So I was like, I remember when I was a kid, always thinking, how cool would it be to have somebody that had a big piece of equipment to make jumps? We're jumping. Oh. Okay, for all you folks laughing, I leave it in neutral so I don't have to ride the brakes the whole time coming down the hill. So it was in neutral. Easier on the brakes. Let's try that again. Yeah, much easier. I try to tell some of these people that bring their big trucks in there, I can smell their brakes by the time they get back here. And, you're always fighting your engine power if you're in drive. I tell them just put it in neutral, and obviously it's not too steep where you need the engine braking on the way down. So let's put it in neutral, and it's a lot less work on your brakes. But you do have to remember to put it back in gear when you want to go. I have now learned from a neighbor that this used to be somebody's home site up here, which is why there was metal in that big huge tree that was up over there. Oh, there's Mocha. She thought she was getting left. You will get run over, get out of the way. She's one of those boss dogs. Thinks I'm just going to get in the front and lead the way. Alright, so far nothing's really new on that. We've widened the road, this corner, for all the deliveries coming in. I've widened that quite a bit. Our original 40-foot shipping container that Leslie and I drug in, it was going over there in the woods, or in the mud. You can see some of the trailer marks. So it's good that I widened that up. Let's see. I don't know if anybody hasn't seen the Freeman's Point, a nice reflective sign. Can't miss the turn for the most part. We don't have anybody coming back our way anymore. Not that we mind, as long as they're good people. Alright, widen this up just a little bit, not much, an extra 2 or 3 feet. Put this up there, it might be good. Alright, back into neutral, so we can just putz down this hill. Now, I weed eated, mulched, whatever the heck you want to call it, a lot right going down through here. For one, it's up high, so the branches look like they stick out a lot more. But they said the trucking company bringing the roof trusses were a private company and their own truck. And I know some of those semi-drivers, they treat their truck better than people treat their wives and motorcycles. Get them all clean and polished and chromed. So I knew I had to get up high and weed it. I didn't want a single branch to be able to touch. So this is really a lot of the first stuff we did heading back our way. We sort of just left it for the most part. There's just so much more work. Eventually all this will be nice and wide, and we'll have, I think Leslie and I want cedars, or these types of pines are my favorite. I think these are called Virginia pines. I like the big telephone pole style ones. She likes the, oh, it's still neutral. She likes the, what's the one called? What? Oh yeah. So here's a berry bush patch. We should have grabbed some. So anyway, this corner I cleared up a little bit. A lot of places, like I just mulched it a little deeper so I could park the excavator for the time being. This corner I made it 2 feet wider, this way to the left, so he can swing his cab around. This was just a horrendous corner. It was nasty. You can see back there that big pine tree that fell, and weeds and vines, and this whole corner looks great. There's little spots here and there. So down here, we just drove it on the way up. I was gonna drive down in here. We're gonna just throw this thing in park real quick. It's faster to walk down here, but if you look at the maps of the overhead view, let's go, turd burglar, moving like pond water. It'll be faster to walk now. Leslie and I walked this back in the day, and I was like, man, it's so nice down here. I weed eated a little with my weed eater chainsaw blade, weed eated a little path, and it still seemed like it took forever to walk back in here. And I took the drone up. I just want to make a good drone video for everybody. So if you're visualizing this, think of like the end of the channel on the left side of the heart. It's almost to the end. You know, this is where like boaters come back here and sneak and, you know, hit the peace pipe, so to speak. You know, there's people partying back here in this corner. But I can imagine when we get this whole hillside, at least until it's getting a little overly steep. She's freezing. Want to say something to the camera? Huh? So, I know I'm zooming a little bit, but this is, I remember when we were showing Chad and Emily walking this path that we somewhat weed-eated, it was still a pain to walk down here. And Leslie and I came down here originally when it was still spring and the green hasn't came about. This has excellent views of the water. Actually, this whole channel will when the green's gone. So 4 months out of the year, awesome views. What are you doing, baby? I'm trying your shoe. Okay. So, as you can see, the lake right down there. Big spider web right there, babe.
Yeah, I walked right into one.
My gosh, that thing's huge. So here's the sign. Big, nice, beautiful tree. I believe, you know, we're doing better and better with drones and the actual survey markers and getting
you just walked into it.
Getting the precise lines. Sometimes these are not exactly where they need to be. But if you look at down there, I know I can't really do it justice, but if I pan around to about right there, and you walk down the hill that direction, that is where one of our other videos, is that where I said murder the wife?
No. Yes.
I think it was.
Yes. But it was in the like very corner of it.
Yeah, so well right down there is where all of the channels, draws come together and form, and then come in here and dump into the main lake. Probably right in there if we had to walk into it. But that's the rear of the channel. Lots of people hang out their boats right there at the end. And so that's it. That's the end of the channel. We don't want to make the video too long. We're at 14 minutes. Let's get to hiking back up out of here. Scoot over here so we're out of that sun. It takes a while. I know it looks so much better. Wow, spiderweb wrap. But it's worth it. It's definitely, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I think, should I go ahead and scrape it off and try to plant grass seed and make it look more park style, but not yet. That's got way too much to do. Way too much to do for that kind of stuff. I do enjoy you get a good sense of accomplishment when you spend a day mulching though. You get to look back and see all the hard work. Okay, I can't talk no more. I'm old, I'm out of shape, I'm breathing hard. Deep breath. So, it's pretty neat. Like these, anybody knows anything about cedar? Man, you hit some of these things that are on the ground and they just turn to dust with this mulching head. Literally dust. And then you get these cedar ones. And they can be here, probably have been here since the last time they logged the land. And they do not, huh? I did leave that tree, yeah. So, for everybody that says build your house out of cedar, it's rot resistant, bug resistant. They are. There we go. There's one right there. So, we do our absolute best. I should have pointed out there's 2 cedars I saved back here. We do our best to mulch around the cedars. So, that was, I don't know, day and a half, 2 days of mulching. Alright, rocking and rolling. Not too much more on this path. A little mulching here and there just to keep any branches off big fancy semi. I can tell you what, kudos. I wish I remember his name. It's in my phone. Kudos to the driver. He was cleared off a little bit down there. He was concerned, to say the least. I drove him back here on the Humvee. He even told me later I really didn't want to do it. But, I mean, I planned it out thoroughly, like this corner. I visualized the semi, the trailer, where the tires would be. I mean, everything. It's like 2 corners that were just perfect. And half inch from the big stump or something that I cleared over to. We had no problems at all. Kudos to him. I think he enjoyed getting the experience doing this. This whole area needs cleaned up. When they rolled them back, definitely rolled them back too far. Half of them were hanging down the hill. They look like bananas. But we got them up here. We definitely need to get them on something flatter. I mean, they're pretty good right there, but the goal is to get them on top of a shipping container. So we're gonna go, I believe most of the videos stop here, just when we get to the home side. So on the right side, we're digging some stuff up, maybe making some room for a little barn or a shed. So we're ripping some trees out over there. That's right there. Did I park that right where I can't get around it to get to the back? Son of a beep. Huh. I can't fit through any of it. Maybe. I'll probably get through right there.
Yeah.
Huh? This is a good thing about having a Humvee. Watch that corner for me, babe. Made a parking spot for the boat recently. The boat and the trailer is always difficult. Like that trailer right there, it's always in the way. So, my daughter's boat. None of this stuff's mine, I'm broke. All this stuff everybody else's. I gotta find parking spots for it. Alright, here we go. This is the spot. I don't think I've done any videos. This is the right side of the heart. The right side of the left side of the heart, I guess. Freeman's Point.
But it hasn't cleaned up for a while.
Yeah, I know, it's dirty. Freeman's Point over there is actually the right side of the heart, but to the left side of the heart over here, that's the right side. What are you doing, babe?
I just got hit by a few trees that were broken, or you're just gonna spotlight.
Yeah, spider web.
Like that right there. That's what
It is amazing how much it grows up in just a few months. You know, we had the mulcher down here. Hit a lot of the spots. You can see it'll open up in here, but like these weeds coming up there, almost 3 feet tall right here, and they were nothing a few months ago. So they did say they were an invasive species, whatever they are. They say they're a little bit toxic to dogs. And I do think I did a video back here because I pointed at the ground. I know. I pointed at one of these arrows on the ground. I might have came back here. Huh. That's interesting. I don't know if I've done more mulching or not, so we'll just keep the video up. Man, I don't like that reflection up there. I'll see the tree. Alright, we'll swing down and see if we can just jump out real quick. This will be the easiest. All right. Somewhere over there is the survey marker that's in front of our campsite. I tried to mark some trees, but that is a marking that I found prior to my future son-in-law finding the real survey marker. So this site right here is absolutely gorgeous when it's in the winter and fall. So 4 or 5 months out of the year, amazing site. Let's walk around here. But looks really nice. I think this would make a gorgeous home site, maybe even like a smaller 20 by 30 or 20 by 20 Airbnb down there. So let's go ahead and highlight on something real quick. I might have done this in other videos. I apologize if I have. There was see the yellow wood there? Let's see where this is at. I never felt comfortable with this little metal rebar and this piece of plastic right there. And now right there roughly, that's the I went over there and I stood on one of those signs that's way over there, sort of like we just seen in the other video. But he marked this tree as roughly there's the path. So that I own that way. So I could clear there out, and then roughly the ass of the Humvee is, you see the yellow paint up there. However, so all of this, I think this is why, I don't know, you know, we're in, what, 2022? And it's time, you know, I mean, shit, they can watch you a mosquito fart from space. So I think it's weird that was marked, and they said that's the best they can do. They couldn't find it, so that's where they put it. So now, all of this land that I'm walking on that previously I could not build on, all the way, probably in the front of the Humvee. I'd have to pick my drone up. I'm waiting for the winter again, so I can actually turn on my lights around the tree that's right next to the survey marker. And I'll actually be able to get a perfect straight line. But beautiful, very slight slope. Should bring that lawnmower back in here. So all of that, mind you, way up there, none of this we should have been able to build on. I actually thought, my gosh, a little cabin right here, looking at the lake. Beautiful views, especially in the fall and autumn. Fall and autumn, fall and winter. And right here, my son-in-law was like, "What's that?" And where is it? Okay, right there, dead center of the screen. I can't zoom in on her phone like I do mine. That survey marker, right down there. So, theoretically, I can build from here. Now we're looking at. Can you see the Humvee barely? It's in between these two, right there. And so, and now if you take the survey marker, that is way back there, a half mile. Let's quarter mile, maybe half, in between. So all of that land that the survey marker was going off of, going way back there and over there, all of this was cut away from me just because they said they couldn't find the survey marker. But we found the real one, so we're good to go. Anyway, that's this side. The video is getting long, getting on 25 minutes. Gonna get up there quick, jump back on the other side, and keep it rocking and rolling. Tell you what, that Pecan, what is it, FMX? I believe it's a FMX 36 that we have. It's expensive. It was. I think I paid more for that than I did my excavator. But the mulching on that, oh my gosh, I could only imagine the work and the man hours that it would take to get in here and mulch all this up. All right. Grab this real quick.